I'm going second. Stick, chair, naturally. I forget what I do this game, but I feel like I had like a good idea. So he goes for the discard. I chain the Thunder Dragon Dark because ideally he hits the Dark, and he hits the charge, of course. Well, actually, I guess I do want to keep the Dark just because of the aloof. So just to explain what he's doing, he did the X-Shell draw, but he discarded the contact for the X-Shell draw. So without a way to recover the contact, he's kind of out of Dark Lord cards. His only way would be to summon a Nastin. So what he does is uses Amdusk to give up his desire just to have access to contact. Yeah. So contact, summon out, banishment, search. So here I am playing into full Dark Lord board with 2 negates. I drew the second charge and I was like, that's right, baby. That's right. So here, I think it's better to use the aloof first, just to banish cards. Ouroboros is the best card, just not always the best card for you. Yeah. I mean, in this case, it hit the charge, and it's like, it's like you can say I got lucky by getting the charge ripped out of hand, but like, he opened full Seraph combo with full Dark Lord combo. I think I'm allowed some degree of luck if he got this degree of luck, you know? So I activate Aloof to banish the Dark. He just shotguns the negate. Fair enough. Sends the Amdusk. So with the Dark, I search for the Duel, because I realize that if I go for like a Hawk, just summoning out a Hawk is not enough, or just using Hawk to summon Dark is not enough to win the game. So my way to win is, it has to be off of getting a mill so that I can summon the Duel. You know? So I activate the charge. So off the mill I hit Raiden, Crow, and Hawk. Which is good, because I can banish the Hawk and the Dark to shuffle back cards and draw, you know. I forget what I do here, let's see. Oh yeah, so here I use the level dupe, because I want to get the Lupine. Why did I use dupe? I'm trying to remember exactly, but I had a very good reason to do it. Why did I use dupe? Oh, I think it was because I wanted to be able to force the X-Shell effect. So I could like summon a Heliopolis or something. I forget the exact reason. This might have been a mistake, but I mean, to make a rank, well, yes, to make a rank A, but it's like, I forget the exact reasoning why I wanted to do it, you know? So I banish, oh yeah, I already activated the Dark Effect. So I banished the Hawk, because here, if I get a Levianeer, that would be very good, you know? Because if I get a Levianeer, I can summon a Helio, activate the Helio effect to bait out the X-Shell negate, and then I can just summon Levianeer, nuke the board, because I'll have a Dark, a Light, and then a third Dark by detaching the Dragon Duo. Hey, let's go Diego. So I return both of these cards to try to get a duo. I do not get a duo, but instead I get the Hawk and the Roar. And so Roar is also, Roar also is pretty nice here, for the reason you will see. I summon the Helio, he goes for the negate. Naturally, it makes sense, you don't want to let me just nuke the board. So this was, I'm not sure if it was the best play, but I think like this was the play to win. So here, I need to be able to deal with the Ouroboros and the Ixchel, and the only way to do that is to activate the Helio, detach the duo, and then I can use Roar to add back the duo. And then I can resummon the duo, swing over the Ouroboros, and then swing over the Ixchel. So, duo, banish, searches another card. So I'm able to clear his board. Yeah. How many Levy were in this deck? I mean, I run 3, and then I also have Melody, so I had 4 copies of Levy in here to draw. So, yeah. I think they were, yeah, crazy. I didn't just play through 2 negates. I played through 2 negates, a hand loop. So, I'd say, yeah. You really prayed for a lucky draw with Hawk? I mean, if I don't get a lucky draw with Hawk, I lose with any other play. So the play to win, if I have to get lucky to win, then I will try to bank on getting lucky, you know? So, like, if the only way to win is that, then you have to go for it. So, yeah. Yeah. Play D-draw, goes for the Levianeer. Or he already had the Levianeer in hand, so, naturally. Yeah, Levianeer nukes my board, which is unfortunate. He just gets banishment. Summon out Ixchel, summon out Amdusk. You know. Yeah, so I did all that to clear his board, and then he nukes my board, and then just remakes the whole thing. So for turn I draw Dark, and if you don't know, drawing Dark here kind of sucks. Yeah. You know, I was kind of hoping for a Levianeer, not gonna lie, but yeah. I'll Why is the music quite stuttering? Do you guys hear that? I don't know why the music's stuttering. I'm just changing the video for the music to 144p so I can actually load Smile. Okay, so I summon out. So here, you might think I should summon the duo, but I disagree. I summon out the Roar. Now, why do I summon out the Roar? Because if I summon the duo, then duo can't swing over anything. You know, like it's 2800, and then if I activate the Roar in hand, it'll go to 31, and then they immediately negate it, and then I can't swing over anything, and then I lose. Your voice is so soothing and not loud like other streamers. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's why I can't summon the Duo. So instead I summon the Roar, because Roar, he can't kill me with one attack, and if he hits Roar, then I summon out a body, which he has to swing over, and then that will like protect me. We already know Desire is in Graveyard, and he runs Amdusk, but he probably doesn't run 2 Amdusk. So because we can assume he doesn't run 2 Amdusk, I decide that the best course of action is to summon the Roar in defense, and then if he swings into Roar, I can summon out a I can summon out Hawk, and then if he kills Hawk, I shuffle back both cards, and then try to draw a Levineer. And this is my best chance to win, I think. So I activate the Roar in hand so that I can add back the Duo. So this, I know why I did this. I'm just thinking, was it the correct play? I think so, yeah. So the reason why I add back the Duo is because when he attacks the Hawk and I shuffle back the cards. Couldn't you add back Duo with Roar? Is that not worth it at all? I mean, that is what I do. Because if he swings into the Roar, I summon Hawk, and if he swings into the Hawk, then the Hawk triggers, and then I shuffle back both of these cards. Because I need to see Levineer to win. And if I see Levineer, I am summoning it by banishing a Dark, and by banishing Dark, I can search the Duo. So for those reasons, I think it's 100, like, it's fine to add back the Duo, because I'm able to just search it if I, you know, draw Levineer. Although I'm not sure how Levy ultimately gets you out of this. He has set Sank. So yeah, he pushes. I summon the Hawk. Summon Hawk, shuffle back. Yeah, moment of truth. Levineer, baby. Easy money. Easy. So I just draw the Duo anyway, which is unfortunate because I would like to have gotten the free search off of the Dark. But here we go. I summon the Levineer. I force him to negate. I summon the Dark out of deck. I summon the Duo. Use the Hawk just because I need to shuffle back cards. So here I swing in with the Duo just to force him to do something. I think you could argue that I should have not swung here, just in case that he goes stick into chair into stick off the top, which is like a potential threat. But I think getting rid of the X-Shell is too important for me to like wait. So yeah. Steam servers down? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Did you not have any Thunders left in deck at this point? No, I did not. I just had the Duo. I had Duo, so Hawk, Roar, second Hawk, third Hawk, second Roar, and then so all of my Thunders are in play at this point. So here he has to draw a banishment in order to keep playing, and then because he doesn't have the negate live, with the duo, I can add back a hawk, or I can add back a DD crow, and then the DD crow like stops the loop, or the hawk can revive a monster, and then I can apply more. I can keep applying pressure, and then eventually I just use the duo to either summon back or add back a crow to just cut the loop off. So yeah. I was just thinking if you could have had another card to shuffle back with Hawk. The only card left in deck was a Dark, or the only Thunder left in deck was a Dark, so I couldn't search anything else. So that's why. So here he summons Stick, activates effect, so I know he doesn't have, and then sets one. And then with the duo, I decide to put the Hawk back on top. So here's a play I think was kind of neat. Here I see a delay. And in this game state, the way there are ways to win. There are many ways to win, but there are also ways to lose. And it may seem natural to just swing with these two, or like summon the aloof and just swing, swing, swing. But the correct play is to summon the aloof, suicide the aloof. This is very important. Like swinging the aloof in just to add back a hawk is important, because if they can Book of Moon the duo, say, and then just kill the duo, then I am out of ways to loop, or I can't like compete with the Dark Lord deck out loop. So for that reason, it's important to suicide the aloof, just so that I can have that ability to add back a where is it? Just so I can add back a hawk from my banished pile. So I swing in the aloof, he banishes the duo, I add back the hawk, and then next turn I'm able to just revive the duo with the hawk. Swing in with the roar, he draws for turn, he scoops. Because he knows that when it's my turn, I just summon back the duo, and then I can just pressure every turn and he can't do anything. So yeah. I mean, even if it was a Book of Moon, him flipping it face down is enough for him to just like swing over it with literally any monster. Like he can summon the chair, kill the duo, and then at that point I literally cannot counter a deck outplay. Or, I mean, I can summon a Levianeer and then swing, but like I can't stop myself from decking out and like stop him from just like looping with Dark Lord effects. So for that reason I went with I suicide the aloof. Would you still have added Hawk with aloof if you didn't Karma right away? I think so. Because even if he doesn't Karma right away, like, my banished pile wasn't that great anyway, like, so I didn't have a Levianeer in my banished pile, so Hawk was my best option, because I would add back the Hawk, and then the Hawk would summon out, like, another Roar, for instance, if he didn't Karma right away. But yeah. And then this is another game. El Clásico. Naturally. But yeah. Naturally. Granted, he also bricks, but like, it's just funny. I just thought this hand was so funny that it's like, I'm saving this replay. So I draw the aloof, and then I'm able to start banishing cards. And so as soon as I summoned the aloof, I saw delays, so it's like, he probably has a Book of Moon. Congratulations. Congrats on the top, Nick. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So I summon out the Hawk, search Hawk with Dark. Dark, summon out. So it's like in this position, because I know he has Book of Moon, if I try to commit into a rank 6 play, it doesn't matter what rank 6 I'm summoning, it will get booked. Because it's going to be 2700, so it threatens game, so he's just going to book my monster. So there's no point in summoning a rank 6. It's better to just summon out the Roar and like push with... I threaten game with Aloof and Roar, so because I can threaten game with these two, it's much better for me to just push with these two and then save the Hawk because it's better for card economy. So, as suspected, Book of Moon, and then I don't trigger D-Draw. Top's Banishment, okay, that's fine. Axial Draw. Summon Stick. Doesn't do chair. This was the point where I kind of felt bad for him, because it's like, you know, he doesn't have, he has like, he discarded a Desire, so it's like, what is your hand? You know? Like, it's gotta have a Levianeer in there. But yeah. Levianeer, Contact, etc. Amdusk. Swings into the Aloof, which is understandable. But the neat thing here is that Aloof gives me back the Dark, and then when I banish the Hawk and the Lupine in order to summon the duo, I just shuffle back all of the Darks. I just get them all out of my hand because they're so bad and they're not doing anything for me. So my turn, I draw the Levianeer, but I can't summon him. I only have 2 monsters in grave. Shuffle back all of the Darks and the Hawk, because this turn I can't activate Hawk again, so for that reason I just shuffle it back because I can search a Hawk if I swing with a duo. So I draw some pretty good cards here off the Hawk, but it's like I'm shuffling back 4 cards. You kind of at that point you kind of expect me to draw like at least some kind of mill card, you know? So yeah. Charge, mill, Hawk, or Raiden, Levianeer, Dark. And yeah. So here I can summon out the Levianeer, and I go for it just to like force his negate. So like here he's forced to negate, otherwise I OTK him. Sends for hand, naturally. And then, so something here, I choose not to really swing into him, and this is for a very express reason, because he only used 1 Dark Lord effect up until that point. So for him to trigger Destiny Draw, he needs to activate one of his effects. And his only options are to either copy Contact or copy Sanctified. Copying Sanctified means that he's wasting a negate. And if he copies Contact, it means he fills his board up. So in either case, I think it's fine. So that's why I just wait here. I just make a waiting play. This deck auto-lose against turn 1 F8? Yup. But goes for Destiny Draw. So if you're paying attention, you'll see that this card was what he Destiny drew for. So you have to pay attention, like against Destiny Draw decks, like sometimes you really want to pay attention to what card they're putting onto board, because that's what he Destiny drew for, and that's what he's just set. So for that reason, this is probably either a Book of Moon, or a Karma Cut, or something crazy. So that's what I'm like expecting to play against. Another benefit of not swinging last turn is that now he has only one Sanctified for me to play through. Did I miss something important? Just notice you were streaming. What's good cheer number one? I don't think you can just check the. So here I stack the Levineer on top of the deck, and then I draw for turn. I use dupe. I am going to make the Levineer a level 6 so that I can make a Bouncer, and then once I have the Bouncer, I can summon the Levineer, and then he can't negate because if he tries to negate, I'll just use the Bouncer effect. So he has to negate twice if I summon the Bouncer and drop Levineer. So for that reason, even if he negates the Bouncer, even if he double negates the Levineer, I just go Helio, and then Helio just nukes the board. So that's why I'm summoning the Bouncer. Bouncer gets summoned, and then he goes Book of Moon onto the Bouncer. That's fine. I activate Roar to add back to the Hawk. Hawk effect, summon back the Roar. So here, this is another good learning moment, I think. I have the Bouncer in defense. It has 2k defense, and Duo goes up to 3100 after it swings, or after a monster from a monster from hand. It's just any monster from hand activates its effect. So because Duo is 3100, I can swing over the Ixchel or the Amdusk. However, if he negates the Duo, it goes back to 2800. So you might think, oh, maybe I should swing into the Amdusk, because even if he negates, I don't take any damage. The thing is, if I swing into the Amdusk and he negates, or if I swing into the Amdusk and he does nothing, he just still has the negate. Whereas if I swing into the Ixchel, he has to negate if he wants to keep a 2500 on board, because he needs a 2500 to swing over the Bouncer, and the Bouncer is applying too much pressure for him to just ignore. So for that reason, swinging into the Ixchel forces him to negate here. So even if I'm just like taking 100 damage for what might seem like no reason, it's like a calculated like risk reward, because killing the Ixchel means that he can no longer swing over the Bouncer with just the cards he has in play. So he goes for the negate, negates the Duo, that's fine, and I just take 100. And then you can see that he didn't draw Banishment, which is like the risk of Dark Lord. Like, if they don't draw Banishment every turn against Thunder, Thunder just applies too much pressure and ultimately wins out. So here I just put, just because I want to put more cards into deck, just in case, like, to prevent a deck out situation, but I don't really get anything out of having Dark in hand or engraved, so I just put it at bottom of the deck. I could have activated Dark after Dark went back to the bottom of my deck just to thin the deck, but like, I'm doing this play to prevent deck out, and thinning the deck pushes me to deck out, so yeah, that's why I don't activate Dark effect. Yeah. So I flip up the Bouncer just to check delay, and then I go into the I tribute summon for the Hawk. Really amazing to see Thunder Dragon in top 10. Yeah, thanks, man. I I mean, I just played it because I was like, Levinier would be really good against all these Cyber Dragon players. And then, lo and behold, it did pretty well. So I go into Reg 6 M7, and then I can summon the Levinier, and then with the Levinier, I try to destroy Amdusk and Ixchel, and then if he has a Tez, he has to activate the Tez, or it doesn't activate, but he has to use the Tez to protect his monster. But after I like force the Tez with the Levinier, I can just go into a Heliopolis and then nuke the board with Heliopolis by just tributing a bunch of monsters. So Helio or Levinier turns out didn't have Tez, but even if he did, once again, I would just summon Helio, tribute a bunch of the cards in my hand, nuke his board, and then I can summon the second Levinier from all the cards I tribute. So Helio, Detach, Duo, and then here I have 2 darks and a light, so I'm able to summon the second Levinier. I tribute a monster, destroy his monster. I just use the Hawk to summon back the Duo, and then push for game. Congratulations, Negative1 brilliant as always. Thank you. I tried to have more fun Cup. It was really cool because I tilted 0 times in the entire KC Cup. Like, you know how, I mean, sometimes you can get mad and then it's like, I don't know, you're like, you switch decks too much, or like, you switch cards or text around too much. That literally did not happen the entire time for me in KC Cup, so yeah, I thought it was cool. I think that wraps up all of what I wanted to show.